Hello, good day to you all. I'm Michael, Alpha Foxtrot, Zero Foxtrot. And I've been playing with something I wanted to share with you all and do a quick video on. In the last couple of contests, I've been running the assisted category. And as part of that, you have a spotting cluster configured. And that got me thinking, how can I use a spotting cluster in my everyday ham radio activities? I did some digging, and sure enough, one of the things I do quite a bit is I hunt POTA parks. And wouldn't it be cool if I could get DX spots, DX-like spots for all the POTA parks? And after doing some digging, I found what I was looking for, and I wanted to share it with all y'all today. So I use N3FJP's logger. This is the amateur contact log. This is ACLog, and in there natively has support for DX clusters. So to configure this, I'll show you how I got this going. You're just going to click on the settings button, go to DX spotting, and click configure. This will bring up the DX spotting cluster configuration. Up here, if you don't have DX spotting enabled, you'll be able to see a bunch of these hosts that are pre-populated in ACLog. There is a POTA specific cluster at this address, pota-cluster.iz2lsc.eu. I'll put the link to that in the description. The telnet port is 7373. As with most DX spotting clusters, you just log in with your call sign. So you put this in here. You're going to probably want to do a little bit of filtering when you get this set up. I'm going to go ahead and click on more filtering here, and I'll show you how I have this set up. I'm only interested in spotted stations that are originating from within my continent. So somebody else has seen them within North America. You can select here if you want to block CW spots, if you want to block digital spots, if there's any bands you want to block. Obviously, we don't have the 8-meter band available in the US, so I turned that off. And I also don't have a 2-meter radio hooked up here in the shack, so I've turned 2-meter spots off. You can go through and configure this. If you have specific frequency allocation privileges, you can check what frequency privileges you have, and it can further filter those spots. But N3FJP's got a great article on his website on how to set up even more filtering, so you can check that out. For now, we're just going to leave this configured. When we get everything in here, we're going to enable DX spotting. And what this is going to do is going to connect to the cluster, and it's going to issue this show DX command, and it's going to go ahead and pre-populate some of the POTA stations that are in here. Now, I've gone ahead outside of N3FJP. I've connected to this DX cluster directly using a telnet client. You can use PuTTY. You'll just want to use the telnet protocol to connect to it. I've gone ahead and configured this up to only show me POTA spots. You can configure it for summits on the air. They've got a whole list of things in here, and they tell you exactly how to set that up. So if you're interested in only seeing spots for POTA, it'll give you the command to do that. So I've gone ahead and configured up just POTA for this example. But you can start to see here, there's spots that are starting to scroll in here. This is the raw spotting setup within ACLog, so none of the filters are going to be applied at this point. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at what this sets up. So as you can see here, you can see POTA spots starting to scroll in here. I'm not sure the origin of these, although watching people spot folks, like if I respot somebody on the POTA website, eventually my call sign will show up here. So I think it is reading directly from POTA, some sort of integration there. But you'll start to see these flow through. This is the DX spotting table here. You can click any one of these spots directly in the table, and your radio will auto-tune to those frequencies. So that's handy. In N3FJP's ACLog, you'll also see a band map here. If you're interested in just clicking down, the red dot shows where your VFO currently is. You can scroll in and out to set the zoom on these. Clicking any of these spots, the colors will tell you how current they are. The newer ones are in ACLog are going to show up as a dark yellow color. So you can click any of these. It will also tune your radio. So with that is pretty cool. If you also have a FlexRadio, N3FJP supports sending the spots to the radio. So let me just go ahead and bring up a full page screen view of what that looks like right now on the radio. And here we go. Here you can see the spots that are coming in are showing up. And as you spin your VFO, you can start to tune directly to those. On the Flex, you can also click the call sign directly and it will jump right to it. So there I've selected a couple and jumped right to them. That is how I configured up a POTA spotting cluster within N3FJP's ACLog. And so now you can use this in your POTA hunting adventures. So with that, I'll go ahead and say 73. If you got any questions, pop them down in the comments or shoot me a message. I'm good on QRZ. I'd be happy to help you out further. So I hope this has been helpful to you all. If you have any questions, certainly reach out. I'm Michael, Alpha Foxtrot, Zero Foxtrot. Until next time, 73.